everyone, and welcome to another Sunday Reads with Renee. And today I'm just going to be talking briefly about finding a way to read a book just before bedtime. A lot of people recommend it, and I can say that last week I did it a little bit more than I normally do, mainly because I had 3 books to finish up for my book clubs this week, and it was a lot. So I wouldn't recommend 3 books in one week, no matter how many pages you have left for that. But I do think that benefiting yourself from reading before bed can be very good. I recently looked at an article for the sleepfoundation.org, which I'll link here in the description, about the benefits of reading before bed. It helps to calm the mind, create physical relaxation. It's an alternative to screen time, and it also helps to really just wind you down and relax you and keeps your mind a little bit stimulated just before you go to bed. And one of the things they recommend about the alternative to screen time is that if you are to use an e-reader because you prefer it and it's more popular, that you have to limit the blue lights at all times, but you also need to really do more of the traditional paperback hardcover books that you have because it helps to do that alternative to screen time. As you see in the background, I have a bookcase with a ton of physical books. I'm continually building my physical library because I do want to keep more of the physical books and I do enjoy them. I'm also doing part of my summer reading, The Awakening by Kate Chopin. This is a Bantam Classics edition that I have, and it also has a selection of her short stories. So this is going to be something I'll read tonight where it's more of a novella for The Awakening, which I do think is a good thing to do because it's more of a short novel, doesn't overstimulate my brain too much because I have to go to work the next morning. But also, it has a selection of short stories, which are nice little stories or ones that you can read before bed that don't have a lot of plot that engrosses you, or maybe it does engross you. Some short stories are pretty good. And that's another thing too, is that you don't want to have too many engrossing stories before you go to bed. I did that once with The Maid by Frida McFadden. I loved it so much, was very engrossed, couldn't put it down, so I ended up staying up till 1 a.m. reading it, which was great. But if I want to go to bed at an early time, not having too much of an engrossing read is the best thing. I also do think that the sleepfoundation.org article also writes that you might want to have a book that is more lighthearted and fluffy rather than a little bit more on the dramatic side because it helps to ease and calm your mind a lot better. And I do agree with that mainly because the lighthearted, fluffy stuff helps make you feel good compared to the dramatic stuff. Though I have been able to read the dramatic stuff, the horrors, the fantasy, and the not so lighthearted even before I go to bed without worry. But if you're someone that really wants to keep your mind calm before you go to bed by reading, then the lighthearted, fluffy stories are the best thing. They also recommend listening to an audiobook because the audiobooks can be very good at calming your nerves, but if it doesn't really help you that much, they recommend just listening to some calming music. But these are all different things that can help you unwind before you go to bed. There's other articles I recommend reading 30 minutes a day to help keep your mind stimulated. So that's a good way to kind of calm your brain before bed, about a half hour before, not looking at screen time and just enjoying the physical books and relaxing. But it's not just books, it can also be magazines, news articles, and anything else that can just help to stimulate the mind or brain. Anyway, I thank you for tuning in today. Please read the link at the description, and I'll see you next Sunday.